Issa. Who is Jesus according to the Qur'an? By Chamchoum. Welcome, dear viewers. Across history and across cultures, the figure of Jesus has shaped faith, thought, and civilization. In the Qur'an, he is known as Issa ibn Maryam, Jesus, son of Mary, and is presented with profound honor and spiritual importance. The Qur'an refers to Issa by name 25 times, highlighting his role as a messenger of God, a bearer of miracles, and a sign of divine mercy. His story appears in multiple chapters, each offering insight into his mission, his character, and his connection to Mary, one of the most revered women in Islam. This video introduces Issa not through religious persuasion, but through education and understanding, offering a clear overview for people of all beliefs, including those from other faiths, people with no religious background, and even atheist viewers. Its purpose is simple: to explore what the Qur'an says about Issa with respect, clarity, and openness. I dedicate this video to my brothers, not by blood, but by a far stronger bond, by soul. Here are their names in alphabetical order. His Royal Highness, Malik Ibrahim, Afolabi Ajidahun, Bayo Amusan, Dr. Joseph Arsan, Honorable Ali Bazzi, Honorable Tunji Bello, Kamal Boustani, Michel Chagoury, Jimmy Chaghouri, General Césare Chidiac, Claude Chidiac, Honorable Mamane Chouda, Haji Saadina Dantata, Piero Daboul, Osama Debs, Nasr Fayad, Ramzi Fakhuri, Eli Jarouj, Dr. Nadim Haider, Haji Ali Joda, Abubakar Joda, Bernard Karam, Shiva Kumar, Nabil Naman, Ayal Raz, Elias Saad, Haj Ali Safa, and Ali Swaid. And to every person who approaches learning with sincerity, believers, non-believers, all who search for truth and who believe that knowledge bridges divides and brings humanity closer together. The Qur'an presents the birth of Issa as a miracle, rooted in purity and divine command. His mother, Maryam, is described as a woman of exceptional devotion, chosen above all women of her time. According to the Qur'an, Maryam withdraws in solitude, where the angel Gabriel, Jibril, appears to her with a message of profound significance. She will give birth to a child even though no man has touched her. The Qur'an emphasizes that this miracle is not a sign of divine incarnation, but a demonstration of God's power. When he wills a thing, he simply says, "Be," and it is. The story parallels the reverence found in Christian tradition, while maintaining its own distinct understanding. It reflects a shared admiration for Mary, and acknowledges Issa's birth as an extraordinary moment in human history. In the Qur'an, the mission of Issa is presented as part of the long prophetic tradition that stretches from Abraham through the line of Israelite prophets. Issa is sent as a messenger to guide his community, to reaffirm the core moral teachings of earlier revelation, and to restore clarity where spiritual understanding had weakened. His message centers on devotion to the one God, on ethical living, and on personal integrity. The Qur'an portrays Issa as calling people to sincerity in worship, compassion towards one another, and responsibility in their conduct. Themes such as humility, justice, forgiveness, and moral discipline form the heart of his teaching, reflecting values recognized across various cultures and belief systems. The Quranic narrative also depicts Issa as a figure who offers reassurance to the vulnerable and challenges the misuse of religious authority. His voice emerges as one that uplifts, instructs, and reminds individuals of the timeless principles that promote human dignity and communal harmony. Through this portrayal, the Qur'an presents Issa not merely as a historical figure, but as a messenger whose message continues to resonate with universal ethical significance. The Qur'an attributes a number of miracles to Issa, each described as occurring by God's permission. This repeated emphasis underscores an essential Quranic principle. Miracles are not expressions of independent divine power, but manifestations of God's will through his chosen messengers. Among the miracles mentioned are Issa's ability to heal those afflicted with blindness or leprosy, his capacity to bring life to the dead, and his knowledge of matters hidden from ordinary perception. The Qur'an also recounts a unique sign from his early life. Issa, speaking as an infant in defense of his mother, affirming her purity and declaring his role as a servant and prophet of God. Another miracle describes him forming a bird from clay and giving it life, again by divine permission. These accounts highlight Issa's special place among the prophets, while maintaining the Quranic view that all miraculous acts ultimately belong to God. The miracles serve not as displays of personal glory, but as signs intended to guide, reassure, and awaken faith in those who witnessed them. In this depiction, Issa emerges as both a messenger and a sign, a figure through whom compassion, healing, and divine purpose become visible in the human world. In the Qur'an, Issa is given the title Al-Masih, commonly translated as the Messiah. While the term carries deep theological meaning in Christian tradition, the Quranic use of the title reflects its own distinct context. The Qur'an does not present the Messiah as a divine being or as a figure who redeems humanity through sacrifice. Instead, Al-Masih signifies a person uniquely appointed and honored by God, entrusted with a mission of guidance, moral renewal, and confirmation of earlier revelation. The title marks Issa as someone set apart, a prophet whose role carries particular significance within the unfolding story of the Abrahamic faiths. Scholars note that in the Quranic perspective, the Messiah is a title of dignity rather than divinity. It acknowledges Issa's special status among the prophets, his miraculous birth, and his mission to uplift his community through truth and compassion. At the same time, the Qur'an maintains a clear distinction between prophet and creator, affirming that all authority belongs to God alone. Through this understanding, Al-Masih becomes a bridge between traditions, a title familiar to Christians, yet reinterpreted within Islamic thought to emphasize prophetic purpose, moral guidance, and the universal call to righteousness. The Qur'an presents a distinctive view of the crucifixion, one that differs from the central narrative of Christian tradition. While the New Testament places the crucifixion at the heart of Jesus' mission, the Qur'an states that Issa was neither killed nor crucified, and that the event unfolded in a manner not fully understood by human witnesses. According to the Quranic account, the appearance of crucifixion occurred, but the reality was different. The text suggests that confusion surrounded the event, and that those who claimed certainty were, in fact, mistaken. The Qur'an affirms that God protected Issa, raising him from danger and preserving him from the humiliation and suffering associated with crucifixion. This perspective highlights two key themes in Islamic thought. First, the absolute sovereignty of God over historical events. Second, the honor granted to his prophets, who are not abandoned to the will of their enemies. Rather than offering a detailed alternative narrative, the Qur'an emphasizes the limits of human knowledge and the importance of divine intervention. In this view, Issa's mission does not culminate in death on the cross, but continues through his elevation and his role in future events. The Quranic approach to the crucifixion serves as a reminder that interpretations of the same historical figure can diverge significantly across religious traditions, while still recognizing his profound impact on humanity. In the Quranic narrative, the life of Issa does not end with crucifixion or death. Instead, the Qur'an states that God raised him up, a term understood by most Islamic scholars to signify a form of ascension and divine protection. This act marks Issa as a prophet of exceptional status, safeguarded from the designs of his opponents and placed beyond the reach of earthly harm. The Qur'an does not provide detailed descriptions of the nature of this ascension, leaving room for interpretation among scholars and commentators. What remains consistent, however, is the belief that Issa continues to hold a significant place in the unfolding of human history. His elevation is seen not merely as an escape from danger, but as a transition to a different phase of his divinely appointed mission. Within Islamic thought, the ascension of Issa underscores two central themes. First, the enduring honor bestowed upon him as a chosen messenger. Second, the idea that his role is not concluded, but reserved for a future time known only to God. This perspective places Issa among a small number of figures whose lives are understood to continue beyond the earthly realm, reflecting his unique position within the prophetic tradition of Islam. Beyond his life and ascension, Issa holds a significant role in Islamic eschatology, the branch of belief concerned with the final events of human history, Yawm al-Qiyamah. Although the Qur'an alludes only briefly to the end times, Islamic tradition, drawing on widely recognized sayings attributed to the Prophet Muhammad, presents Issa as a central figure in the culmination of earthly affairs. According to these teachings, Issa will return in a future era marked by global uncertainty and moral decline. His return is not depicted as the beginning of a new religion, but as a reaffirmation of truth, justice, and the worship of the one God. He is described as restoring balance, challenging falsehood, and bringing peace where conflict has taken root. Within this framework, Issa's return serves several symbolic purposes. It emphasizes the continuity between prophetic traditions, the unity of divine messages, and the belief that ultimate justice lies with God. His presence in the final age acts as a reminder that history is understood in Islam not as a closed narrative, but as a broader story in which divine purpose continues to unfold. While interpretations of these eschatological themes vary, the figure of Issa remains a powerful symbol of hope, justice, and moral renewal within the Islamic imagination. Thank you for watching. What do you think about this video? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content. Please check out my other videos by tapping on the elements shown on your screen, or go to my channel to explore more content. Thank you for your interest.